Did you get anything from Build-A-Bear?
Axolotl.
What is an axolotl?
Kind of salamander, or in this case, a stuffed animal.
A salamander stuffed animal? A stuffed salamander?
I guess.
No, that doesn't sound right at all.
No, not that kind of stuff.
Not that kind of stuff. Okay.
You wish you were that stuffed.
I'm sure he could take care of it later.
The night is young. It isn't even here yet.
Warning, this is an adult-oriented podcast about really perverse things like communication and consent. If you are under 18 and looking for answers to questions about sex or kink, please visit scarletteen.com. For the Dude Bro listeners, this is the nerdy shit. Fuck off!
From Bakersfield to Mount Olympus, Gotham Press talks naughty business. Sexual topics to explore your whoredom. Good if you're new or a kinky Yoda. Gotham Press Podcast. The nerdy kinksters your parents warned you about.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Gotham Press Podcast. I have a brand new slew of people that I've tricked into being on the mics with me this month. Some are excited about being on the
Yeah.
Whee! Whew, this is going to be a fun ride, guys. Before we really get into the meat and potatoes of things, let's go ahead and thank those patrons out there for supporting us on Patreon. Thank you very much. Your dollars, it helps us, keep lights on and buy new equipment. So yes, to join our Patreon, just go to patreon.com/Gotham Press. And you can join us and support us for as little as $1 a month. That small dollar helps us immensely. From there, let's go ahead and let's talk about a few of our sponsors here. Sponsor number one is going to be that J&W paddles. They make amazing hardwood paddles. Have any of you had them used on you?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
No.
You haven't been paddled?
I've been paddled, but not by J&W.
You need to change that. What about you, Purple?
I have, and so has Fracture.
Oh, Fracture has.
Oh, that's right at the tasting.
Correct. That's correct.
That's right.
Fracture, how did you forget?
It was that memorable.
That did not come off the way you thought it did.
It sure did.
Well, I had fun watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, J&W paddles, they make fine hardwood paddles. So good, in fact, they can even give you custom designs on there. Laser engraved on the paddle to your specifications. We also have, did you know that the Gotham Press now has an OnlyFans sponsor?
Ooh, really?
Yes, Carmilla The First.
Ooh.
Yeah, she started supporting us last month, and she is amazing.
I gotta go watch some of her.
You should. You 100% should. As should you, listeners. You should all go on OnlyFans. Look for Carmilla The First. You will find her link in our show notes. And definitely give us some of your dollars for her, because, damn it, she's worth it. What else we got? Oh, yeah, we got more toy stuff. For those of you that like, not paddles, but flogging. It's called flogging, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cunt, you got a super big smile on your face.
Because I know who you're talking about.
Who am I talking about?
Thief of Dreams.
Thief of Dreams. You mean the owner of Thief's Touch?
Yes.
Personalized floggers that I've used, I guess, technically for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got two. Mm-hmm. I've got two of his, and I've used more than that, but they're all super fun. I'm looking over at Purple. Purple, do you enjoy flogging?
Yes.
Have you been flogged by me?
I have.
I think I've used at least one or two of my floggers on you. And every time you seem to have a great reaction.
I enjoy flogging.
It's not transcendence or anything like that?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay, that just tells you I need to do a better job. Right, Fracture?
Mm-hmm.
Got to make it transcendent every time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get better one day.
Indeed.
One day I'll be a good top.
You are a good top.
You are a good top.
I was not fishing for compliments, but thank you. Let's see. But yes, Thief's Touch. He's got an Etsy store and a FetLife profile to show off his wares. All 100% well worth your money. And last, but certainly not least, Steel Brat Pacis. Steel Brat Pacis, they make Pacis for adults, customized to help your little heart shine.
And he makes them very quickly, and they last a very long time.
Yes, I've talked to multiple people that have had his Pacis, and they all say, oh, yeah, this is my favorite Paci, and it's lasted for years. And if for some reason something goes wrong, he is all for, hey, let me know, and we can get it fixed.
Right. Which is really good.
Yeah, you don't always get that with people.
No, not all the time.
You love that personalized touch from whoever you're getting your toys and your Pacis from.
Exactly.
Exactly. For all of our sponsors, you can find all that information in our show notes. Please look down there to see where you need to go with them and help. If you want to call us and talk to us, or at least to our mailbox, you can definitely get in touch with Candy's Sweet Box. The number for that is 805-303-1173. You call us, you leave us a voicemail. Let us know that you like us, that you don't like us, that you just want to do naughty things with us. Who knows? One day we'll listen to it. Maybe one day I'll play it on the podcast once I get enough. And permission. Permission is important.
Can I do naughty things with you?
You want to do naughty things with me or Candy Sweet Box?
Sweet box.
Well, you should definitely do naughty things with Candy Sweet Box. Did you get that number? It was 805-303-1173.
Okay. Thank you. Awesome.
You are very, very welcome. So, listeners, now with the business out of the way, as my hand hits the microphone for purple on accident.
At least it went away and didn't smack me in the face.
Yeah, smacking you in the face with a microphone does not sound like a fun time. I don't think anybody wants to be smacked. Well, I don't know everybody's kinks. Maybe there are some people that enjoy that. Ooh, could you imagine a DJ that just wants to be like paddled with a microphone?
Doesn't sound like my thing.
Doesn't sound like my thing either, but there are people. Fracture, it's okay. You can laugh out loud. This is an audio podcast. You don't have to stay silent. Listeners, you can see what I saw. I just saw the huge smile Fracture had from the paddling with the microphone joke. I'm like, just eke out a sound, please. It's okay. You don't have to be shy here.
Nope.
You can speak up and speak loud, speak proud, show that you enjoy being here.
Oh, I absolutely do.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
You do. Okay. You heard it here first, folks. He enjoys it. All right. So, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go around the table and meet my co-host this episode. We're going to start with you, Fracture.
Hi, my name is Fracture Reborn, and I have been in the lifestyle for about a year. I have 2 submissives, Purple Snapdragon and Kuntosaurus, and I am a sadist and a masochist, and I enjoy barehanded spanking.
So you're a sadomasochist.
Oh, sadomasochist, yes.
There you go. See, listeners, that first year you're still learning a bit of the terminology.
Yes, I am.
And it's okay. This podcast is here to help and educate.
Yes, and so I've actually discovered a lot in the past year.
Any amazing things you want to tell us from that first year?
Yes, it's a great deal of self-discovery, and it is actually fun discovering yourself. You start to see a wild side, a fun side you didn't know you had.
I'm glad to hear that, man. Well, let's see. I'm going to look over to my right here, and I believe we have Purple.
Hello.
Hi, Purple. Tell us about yourself.
So, along with Fracture, we joined the community about a year ago, almost at this point. Definitely still exploring.
Yeah, a couple weeks to your 1-year anniversary, right?
Yes. Still exploring. I consider myself submissive. I do top once in a while with my partner. Fracture only. I like flogging, paddling, like most things.
Most things?
Most things.
Most things covers a lot in the kink world.
Most things.
Okay.
Happy to be here, but we're virgin podcasters, so I feel a bit nervous.
That's okay. I'm here to help bring you out of your shell and just expel you into the world of amazing podcasting.
We need wine.
Yes, that's a good idea.
That's, yes.
Had you told me that beforehand, we have wine at the house.
Oh.
I'm sorry. We have wine in the studio. Yes. That's what we do here at the Gotham Press. We supply our co-hosts with alcohol to get the truth out. So, any stories from your first year that you care to share? And that's a shoulder shrug of no. And then we're going to go to the final co-host of this episode. Oh, do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
I'll say it.
Go ahead and say it.
Hi, I'm Cuntosaurus.
Hi, cunt.
Hi. I'm a cunt. That's where I am.
Are you a cunt?
I am a cunt.
Should we do a counter for how many times we say cunt this episode?
Yes.
No, I'm not going to keep track of that. But listeners, you can definitely keep track of that and call Candy Sweet Sweet Box and let us know how many times did we say cunt this episode.
And if you call in, you'll get a free penis sucker.
Wait, what?
A free penis sucker from Spencer's.
I do not believe that because we do not have a sponsorship with Spencer's.
Right.
Yeah, Spencer wants to give us a sponsorship. Hey, Spencer's, we know that you try to be kinky. We can help you out with that. As everybody who has Spencer stores like, I'm kinky. Are you though?
Are you? It's like going to Hustlers and getting their floggers and their toys.
At least some of them they try.
True.
Yeah. I had a flogger from Hustler. I was like, okay, yay. And I used it twice. I used it once. And the first time I used it, I was like, okay, yeah, no, we're not using that again because it hurts. I'm like, yay. And I used it again, and one of the falls came out. I was like, this does not seem stable at this point anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, no, we're not going to be using that.
At the beginning of our year, we actually bought a flogger that was from one of the stores, and definitely does not look like the flogger we bought from Thief.
Or feel like it.
I think we tried it once and never again.
Is it that bad?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I think it had like 10 flails, and that was it.
10 what? Flails.
Yeah.
I thought you said foils. I'm like,
No.
foils?
He did say foils.
I said foils? No.
Yeah.
I heard flails.
At least somebody heard it. Falls is actually what you're looking for. Falls.
There you go.
Yes.
But yes, matter of fact, we look at it and go, put that away.
It actually feels okay, but it doesn't throw very well.
No.
Meaning?
It doesn't aim well. The falls don't stay together. They're just very stiff and awkward.
Ooh.
It's not balanced.
That does not sound like a good time at all. It's okay. You got better things from Thief now.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
I'm glad to hear that. Cunt.
Yeah.
This is not your first year.
It is not my first year.
This is like your, 10th year?
This is my 15th year in the local community.
15 years?
Yep.
And hold on. I had a joke there, and it came in, and there it goes. So, 15 years, and you haven't found that one to take you away from this community that's not real?
No, not yet. But I've tried multiple times dating vanillas.
Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
Because I'm a masochist.
Doesn't that negate dating vanillas?
Well, like, vanillas don't... Like, you have to, like, fight for yourself for the vanillas to, like, beat you or choke you or any of those fun things.
You're dating a vanilla, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, by the way, have you tried this?
Yeah, it's training. You have to train your vanillas.
It's like, I'm sorry, have you heard the good word of kink today?
Exactly. So, like, the vanilla boyfriends that I've had, they come through the community. They come through the community, and they're like, oh, I know this person. I know that person. I was like, okay, so why aren't you kinky if you know these people?
Just because you know somebody does not immediately put you into the kink world.
But it should.
It's not contagious.
I know, right?
It should be contagious.
Could you imagine that? News 11, kink is contagious.
Well, there's a call center here in town.
I know the exact one you're talking about.
And so, like 75% of the people working at this call center are kinky.
Is it that high? I don't think it's that high.
It has to be that high.
I don't think it's that high.
Okay, like 20%.
I would say 20%, if that.
But it's
A good number, though.
Yeah,
a good number.
Right.
Look, if it was 75, our numbers would be much higher in this town.
True.
Let's move forward to the actual podcast stuff.
Oh, we're supposed to talk about stuff?
I mean, we don't have to. We could just throw this all out and just kind of bullshit the entire time.
No, I'm just kidding.
You think
I like structure.
I was about to say, like, I don't think that would work for you. Wait, structure? Why would you like structure?
I like rules. I like following things.
I'm sorry, I have to specify a couple of things here. Connoisseurs, what are your what do you go into the kinky world as?
As an age player.
As an age player and
A brat.
oh, Brat.
Yeah.
Brats like structure.
Some do.
Some do. Mm-hmm. So they can break it.
Yeah, exactly.
That is not what structure is about. You know that, right?
It is. It's all about that.
Can't break rules if there aren't any.
So you want to break rules too, Purple?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
And then if you have a soft dom, you can break all the rules.
That is not how that works. That is not how that works.
No.
Hey, Fracture. That's not how that works, right?
No.
I didn't think so. So, listeners, just in case you may have missed it, Fracture and the cunt are in a dynamic together of some sort.
Of some sort.
Of some sort. I'm not sure the official terminology yet.
Yeah.
You'll get around to that eventually.
Yeah.
Anyway, so something that I found. Have you ever heard of nightmare porn?
No.
No.
Well, you did today. Because I sent everybody a link. Thoughts on nightmare porn. I like everybody just kind of deer in the headlights look all of a sudden.
I mean, I know a few people who are into nightmare porn.
You know, I just thought about it. I should probably give the definition of what the fuck nightmare porn is.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
So I said nightmare porn, but nightmare porn is really just the website. It's actually regards to horror porn. So horror porn would be, hey, you have the slasher, killer, whatever favorite horror movie you have, be that Jason from Friday the 13th or
Freddy Krueger.
Yep, Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. Mike Myers from Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Halloween. I'm missing one. Who am I missing?
Chainsaw?
No, not Chainsaw Texas.
Scream.
There we go. Scream. That's what I was missing.
Ghostface Killer.
Ghostface, yes. Yeah, because, dear God, this past Halloween, the amount of women that I saw online saying, just put on a Ghostface mask and do what you want to me.
I saw that all over.
Hold on. Cunt has a thought on this.
I forgot my thought. Hold on.
You forgot your Ghostface thought?
It wasn't Ghostface. It was somebody else.
Oh.
So I have to look up who I'm trying to think of.
Okay. Hey, Purple, do you have a thought on horror porn?
Does not sound like a turn on to me.
Not a turn on for you. Mm-mm. Okay. So what I'm hearing is no horror movies and then sex with you?
Nope, doesn't sound like my thing.
Not your thing? Okay, good to know. Fracture, horror movie and then sex with you?
I've always thought of using the Ghostface mask.
You've always thought of using the Ghostface mask?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So you can definitely probably use the Ghostface mask with that one.
I haven't asked.
Pincushion.
Pinhead?
Pinhead.
Oh, Pinhead.
I know somebody who would have sex with Pinhead just so that he can get needles in him.
Do I know the same person?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I thought so.
Nice, even kills.
Yes. Hey there. Nice even kills. Long time no talk. If you even listen to this, I need to hit him up and like, hey, listen to this episode. You were mentioned. Okay. Basically, with horror porn, it's that feeling of, yes, you're in danger, but dear God, you've got a hard on for it, or you get super wet from it, or whatever, because of the danger of it. Me personally, not my thing, but I'm not here to hate on people that enjoy certain things. If that were the case, I would have been expelled from this community long ago.
Mm-hmm. So would it be like consent and non-consent?
It could be consensual non-consent for that, yes.
I think I changed my mind.
You changed your mind from what to what?
From not wanting nightmare porn.
Horror porn.
Horror porn to wanting it now.
Because of the consensual non-consent?
Yeah.
And, Fracture did say he's looking for a Ghostface mask, so.
But it can't be Ghostface.
It can't be Ghostface?
It has to be something different. Something different. Someone different.
Oh, do you have a specific one that you're into?
Not yet.
Not. Who is your go-to horror person coming up?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of horror films.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a baby.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, listeners. I'm holding up my hand. So how many are you?
This many.
There are two, and I will let you all figure out which two fingers were held up.
It's the nice middle fingers.
Okay. So what about you, Fracture? Your favorite horror slasher coming up?
Ghostface Killer, and I also like Freddy Krueger.
Freddy's always been my favorite, just because he has fun with what he does.
Oh,
Okay.
he's in the Nightmare.
Okay, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, because of the
knives?
Knives, yeah.
So you're into knife play is what I'm hearing.
I am.
Ah.
I like his sadistic talk.
Yeah, he has fun with what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
And you said you're not much of a horror person, right, Purple?
I'm not.
And that's okay.
I'll watch more psychological thrillers, but slashers, blood and gore, not really.
So what's a good psychological thriller for you?
I can't remember names when put on the spot.
Well, you think about that while we think about something else, and you can tell us a little bit later. Okay, so horror porn. The things that people are into these days. It used to be just enough to spank somebody on the bottom, and oh my God, that's amazing. Oh God, what's the saying? It's not my fault that you have to be... It's not my fault that I can come just from sex and you have to be tied up and hung upside down while reciting the national anthem to get off. We're not kinky here, not at all. Who told you that?
I'm 100% vanilla.
Huh?
Listeners, if you hear a bolt of lightning strike us down, you'll know what happened. So let's move forward. I saw this story, and it immediately made me think of a movie that I saw last year, I want to say, called Love and Leashes. In China, a couple decided to bring their kink out into the real world. She took him on a walk. Puppy mask, like their puppy gear, a leash, and she's walking him. Now, this is in China. What do you think happened?
Oh, no.
She got arrested.
They got arrested. For what? Being indecent.
Ooh.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of consent issues.
Yeah, because nobody else consented. Here's the thing, though. Because there was a short video of it. Mm-hmm. And from the video that I saw, nobody else was around.
Right.
Except, obviously, whoever was recording or wherever they... Because I don't even know if the recording came from a person. It may have just come from, a standard CCTV feed.
Yeah.
My issue is they're not hurting anybody. If it's offending somebody, okay, yeah, you shouldn't go out just to offend others, obviously. But if you're not actively hurting somebody, why are you being arrested?
True. I mean, there's a lot of places that get away with being indecent, especially when the upper floor was something.
The upper floor?
Yeah, in the Bay Area.
Oh, in Frisco?
Yeah, in Frisco. The upper floor.
You're not talking about the Armory, are you?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Armory.
Okay, yeah, I never went there, so I don't know.
Well, like a lot of their videos, a lot of their pornos are done in public.
Okay. I'm assuming they get like consent and not consent. Consent to
consent, yeah.
But not vouchers. Will they sign waivers?
Waivers, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they get waivers for all that.
Right.
My thing is this: like I said, if it's just this one woman and her submissive, her pet, they didn't go out and actually pull people into their kink. Why are they being arrested?
Right. Well, like China has a lot of laws that you can't be your own person.
I'm sorry, what?
We're talking about China, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in China, you can't be your own person. You have to follow certain laws. And it can be saying, oh, well, this is a porno.
Sorry. No.
No? Okay.
That was not a porno. By American standards, that was not a porno.
Right.
Yeah. Purple, thoughts?
Not familiar with China's laws, but some places, everything connected with BDSM, everything connected with DS would be illegal. Don't know what China's laws are. I think anything that's considered not mainstream, sometimes we might want to be very cautious about what we do to help the community at large have a better view so that we're not just putting out shock factors.
No, just shock and awe.
Yes, because when people don't understand like the basics, the consent, the communication, all the good parts, and they just see the shocking parts that they really don't understand, it can give the wrong view.
And I understand that. My, not problem, but my thought on that is, you're right. People only see what they want to see with that. The problem, though, is if they never see it again, they just assume like, oh, that was a one-off thing. Nobody actually does that.
Definitely the catch-22.
Yeah. For me, I'm like, expose. This sounds horrible. Expose more people to the idea that there's more than just you grow up, you get married, you have your one spouse, and you have your 3.5 kid, or is it 2.5 or 3.5?
2.5.
Yeah, your 2.5 kids, and you live happily ever after. When, at least in America, that is a drastically horrible numbers game. Because that now ends with a bunch of people getting divorced and abuse because they got with somebody they thought that they had to stay with forever and all that. It's just all bad. What about you, Fracture? Thoughts?
So far, I've noticed that after being in the community, I noticed that there's a lot of people that live secret lives in their own head. I know that a lot of people want to do what they see. And being in the community, I don't think there's a lot of people that actually communicate. I think that people don't voice what they see, and then when they see it, they go, oh, no. But in their hearts, they're like, yes.
So they're hiding themselves.
Yeah. So I noticed that a lot of people want those desires, and I think they shame themselves a lot. And I've noticed now, I think, as I've seen myself and as I've communicated with Purple, that I don't feel so shamed at all anymore, because I feel that I've communicated and go, wow, that is something I can have. That is something I want to do, or something I want to try.
Well, that sounds like an amazing way to look at things going forward.
Yes.
I've said my thoughts on this. Any other thoughts from the rest of you on that?
No.
So I'm gonna take a little step back. So, Fracture.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Your first year is coming up. Tell me about your first year in the community.
Wow. As soon as I went to the community, I realized one thing. We were driving, so it was funny because we drove up to Wicked Wednesday, and I wasn't sure what to expect.
Real quick, hey Purple, if he starts saying incorrect things, you are welcome to jump in and say, no, it happened this way.
I feel like you're trying to start things.
I would never, ever do that.
So everybody's laughing. I'm not sure everyone believes you right now.
That's fine. They don't have to believe me. I know my truth. Continue.
But I wasn't sure what to expect. I just knew that it was BDSM. Purple had said, well, we have all these toys that we've been accumulating for years, and let's go learn how to use them for real.
For years?
Yes. So we've been kinky from the beginning. Just in the closet kinky between us. So it was something that we kind of like, oh no, nobody else does that. And if we kind of like spoke a little bit, we just everybody would look at us like we were weird. We just really didn't feel like we belonged in any of our friends' circles. So when we joined the community, it was like, oh, we kind of fit here. So that was definitely interesting. For me, I think it's kind of funny because about a year or two before we even joined the community, Purple had sent me a link about barehanded spanking. And I just kind of looked at it and go, what, you want to be spanked? Okay, here.
So this was during the pandemic, and I think it was a threshold education class we were interested in, if I'm remembering right. I believe it actually got canceled. It was supposed to be online, but it actually got canceled because the presenter got COVID.
I was about to say they came down with COVID, didn't they?
I believe. And we had looked and talked about a few different educational events, but we weren't really able to start researching and learning about BDSM and learn more about kinky things until the pandemic kind of let up.
Until you could actually get out there and get in the world and say, hey, is it just us or?
Yes. Yeah. Meeting you for the first time was very, very fun.
I'm glad I could help you have a good time.
So
Yes.
I could tell about our first event. We were nervous, of course, confused, didn't know where we were going, what was going on. And we were lucky enough that we had Captain and Hidden Jin and a few other people who really welcomed us that first day, talked to us, kind of comforted us, prevented us from running away.
Notably, listeners, we do not hold people hostage at Wicked Wednesday. We just say, hey, it's okay. You can stay and experience this with us, or you can go, and that's okay. You have the option.
So what I mean is if we had been left in a corner and no one really said anything and we didn't even know if we're in the right spot, I'm sure we would have never came back. But that was not the case. We were welcomed and greeted and got to have conversations.
Yes, we did. And I think I was more intimidated than her because I grew up that you didn't speak about these things. You kept everything inside the house. Whatever you did was there, and that was it. So for the first time, I was around people that actually spoke about it.
Spoke the language that you want to speak.
Yeah, I was. Matter of fact, even for the first 2 or 3 months, she's like, "Go ahead and say what we did."
Go ahead and say what we did?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we had sex like 4 times. And how did we have it? And I'm like, She goes, don't be shy.
You had it while you were tied up. She was underneath you with some wax.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was, so at the beginning, I didn't realize a lot of things about myself. So I realized, when she said, ow, I wanted to stop. Now I'm like, when I spank her, I'm like, oh, this is fun. And I'm like,
now
wow.
You like ow?
Oh, yes. Now ow is not a safe word.
You always liked ow. You just were afraid to admit it to yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
That is a thing that I've run into a lot with people. I've had multiple people say, hey, can you help me tell my top that it's okay to go hard? I'm like, why don't you tell them? I do, and they don't listen. I'm like, well, they are just afraid of hurting you. But I want to be hurt.
Yes, I had somebody in the community said, how do you scene with your own with someone that you're with all the time? And they said, look, if she says she wants to be spanked, spank her until the safe word comes out. Because that's what she's asking. Hurt her. So I was like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Can you confirm?
Confirm what?
That until the safe word comes out, go harder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Perfect. Purple, I'm sorry, cut you off. What were you going to say?
Maybe that it took Fracture a while for it really to sink in that ow is not a safe word.
Yes, it did.
So the owls are not safe words. They are ow, more please.
Well, you can tell by the way the body responds.
This is true as well.
You can tell. One of the things you have to know is what they do, what their body does. Sometimes you can't hear what they say. Sometimes you have to set up signals. I've learned a lot from the beginning to now. So Safety is actually a big concern. You may see something and you may cause something like with a whip. It may cause bleeding, and you have to look at it and assess what you are doing to your bottom. Because if you don't, they may say yes, more, but you see a potential danger, you might have to stop.
Seems like you've learned a lot this first year.
Yes, actually I have.
Yeah. Also, listeners, for those of you that aren't aware, if your bottom bleeds on your toy, that is no longer your toy. That is now their toy. Mm-hmm. It is now theirs.
I've gotten a few toys for that, like that.
Because somebody hit you so hard that you bled on it?
Mm-hmm. Like vampire gloves and this like acupuncture thing. Mm-hmm. I kind of bled on it, and she's like, "Oh, this is yours now." I was like, "Cool, I don't have to buy other toys."
Is that how you get your toys? You just bleed on it?
Sometimes.
That is not a good way to get toys.
But it's fun.
Yes, just because it's now fluid bonded to you does not mean you got it in a good way.
But it was consensual. It was negotiated.
It was negotiated. This is true. Also, don't just immediately go out to bleed on someone's toys.
I don't mean to. It just happens.
It just happens.
Yeah.
So if you're a masochist and pain feels good, you need the top to let you know if there's actual damage, depending on what you negotiate. So I have that problem where impact will cause bleeding, and I need the top to tell me, well, you might want to take a break, clean that up.
Yeah, and that's not specifically a problem. That's just a, hey, be aware that if you see this, say something. Tops, if you see something, say something. Like, I've had that experience myself once. I was playing with someone, and I hit them with the paddle and immediately noticed that they had started bleeding. I stopped the scene as soon as I noticed. Because, like, yep, once that starts, and we had negotiated that, scene's over with.
Exactly.
So, any other fun to-dos from your first year?
Fun to-dos?
Fun to-dos. Things that you've experienced or things that you still want to experience.
Well,
that was a chuckle.
as Purple said, we're still exploring. I've learned a lot about myself. I learned that I actually love CNC. I actually love being in control of having sex. I absolutely love. It took me a long time to learn how to pull hair, and I'm still not that great at it.
So
at the base.
Fracture as a good habit of getting like a strand or
Yes.
two and just ripping that one strand or two out.
Ooh, fracture.
Yes.
I think he pulled people by their hair not in a BDSM way too many times.
Ah.
You have to go under the skull
Yes.
and then pull.
Yes, so Captain here is also my mentor. So he's actually showed me a few times of how to grab hair.
How to properly
grab hair.
Yeah.
Yes, so I actually I used to be a fighter. So one of the things that I used to do is fight and loved inflicting pain. I loved blowing my opponent kisses and making them really mad.
Or happy. You don't know.
Or happy.
Just sounds like the sadist in you.
Oh, yeah.
So now you're channeling it in a more healthy way?
Yes, and that was the other thing that I learned. Me and Purple are in a dynamic, but one of the things that I didn't know how to control was my anger. And one of the things I did was put it in a box, and I never learned to control it. So I think, 6 months into this, she's all, I want you to let it out. Don't put it back in the box. I want you to learn to control it.
Let it be part of you.
Yes.
Not control you, but be part of you.
It's part of you. So I want it to come out. And so that is something that is very hard.
I think one of the skills that people learn between being very new in BDSM as tops and more experienced is just kind of that titration.
Titration?
Yeah, where you might go soft soft and then a little bit harder and a little bit harder. Because I think to start, a lot of people have, oh, I'm just touching you, or I'm trying my hardest to beat you, when there should be like at least 10 levels in between there.
Yeah, build up to it.
Mm-hmm. And I think even at the beginning, she's like, you only have 2 speeds, soft and hard. You got to learn in between somewhere.
There are more levels.
Yes,
there are more options
levels,
for that.
yes.
And then once the bottom is all floaty, just kind of stick right around there. You don't need to keep increasing.
Yes. At one point, I thought to myself, well, let's get bruises. Lots of bruises. But it's not about the bruises. Sometimes it's about the sensation of what you feel the bottom wants. You want to get her to a stage of what she wants. And that's part of the negotiation. What do you expect out of the scene?
I think another important part of scenes, and I think everyone, like in the dungeon, when people are watching, can feel and appreciate, is when there's just really a good energy. Captain, are we boring you?
Not at all.
That's like your 10th yawn.
Exactly.
That's because I don't sleep well.
Aww.
Don't mind me and my yawns. That's why I turn away so nobody hears it. I'll cut all that out. That's fine. As far as the listeners are aware, I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at all times.
Well, it's, typically there's a saying about yawning. It's those ghosts.
Ghosts?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't heard this?
You haven't heard this one?
I need to hear this now.
The ghosts are putting their dick in your mouth.
Nope. This is the first time I've heard that one. Definitely the first time I've ever heard that.
So anytime Purple smiles, I just go, damn ghosts.
Wow.
Smiles or yawns?
I mean, yawns. I'm sorry, yawns. Damn ghosts. She just looks at me. Mm-hmm. I will say something, though. I went to a vanilla party, and I usually am very flirtatious, but, before...
Wait, at a vanilla party?
Yes. Well, I didn't realize that...
You're naturally friendly
Yes.
and like to talk to women,
Yes.
and sometimes they take it the wrong way.
They take it the wrong way. So I tried to stay away from it for a very long time. And now that we joined the community, she's like, it's okay to talk to women. It's okay to be yourself. So for the first time I was myself, and they were like, your husband's being a little too flirty. I wasn't trying to be. I was just being myself for a change. And so it's difficult. I mean, I think people have that secret desire to be wanted, and when they see someone that is more that way, they're like, ooh, well, yes and no.
So you're out there, you're being flirty, you're making women uncomfortable because you're being flirty, and then all of a sudden, you're polyamorous.
Yes. Well, for me and her, I went through a lot of therapy for myself, and I found out that I liked being with other people. I just didn't understand what part of that was me. So I was didn't communicate with her. We kind of just didn't communicate with each other about that. I mean, Purple would ask me a lot, well, how do you feel about her? And we were monogamous for a very long time. So she would ask, how do you feel? Do you like her? Do you have feelings for her? No.
Lying to yourself and to her.
Yes. Because
it's not healthy.
I didn't want a divorce.
There are other steps between, I like this person, and divorce. You know that, right?
Well, I just no, because my dad, my parents were cheaters. So I saw how just being around people, around women and men, that they would be they put themselves in a box that they would just look at each other like. Now my mom doesn't even want to associate with people because she's afraid.
Oh.
She just locks herself up in her room now and just wishes not to deal with the world now.
That is definitely no good. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, we kind of talked, and one day she just looked at me and goes, please, explore.
This is your mom saying this? Okay. I was like, wow. Well, at least she gave you that advice of go explore.
Yeah. But, no. But it's hard. But then again, you learn a lot about yourselves. It hasn't been... I'm not gonna say that the journey has been easy. It's not. You're gonna come into, not everyone's gonna be exactly what they want. You're not gonna want the same things.
Can I interrupt? Mm-hmm. I think like coming into it, we had a very long-term monogamous relationship, and would have said, "Oh yeah, we're strong on the same page," but you never realize all the things that you haven't talked about until you change what you have going on. So many more things to talk about if you're just joining the community. You will find out how many things you actually didn't talk about. And we did do silly things like, "Oh, do you think she's hot?" Or "Would you ever want to be with her?" Or we were both like, "No, no, no," and didn't actually talk about it.
And then you finally did.
We finally did, yeah.
Yes.
So, if you're up for it, how did that conversation go? How did that initial conversation go?
Well, I think the initial conversation was, let's go to a Wicked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was the initial conversation.
So,
yes.
There was no, like, one conversation about dating others or anything like that. It was very gradual, very kind of step by step. We did come initially for BDSM and, gradually talked about different topics. And we're still talking about different topics and finding out where we belong, what we're actually interested in, who we actually are, which is super embarrassing, I think, after 40 years to still be figuring out who we are.
There is nothing wrong with that. I have been on this earth more than 40 years, and one day I will figure out who I am. One day.
Well, I guess we're evolving beings. You're not the same yesterday as you are today.
This is true because you get new information, and all of a sudden, oh, now I want to be this.
So for me, I had a moment that is kind of burned in my mind, and it was probably at least 2 years ago. And I was just driving to work, and I just I wonder what it would be like to date another man. And I was like, that sounds really interesting. That sounds like it could be amazing. Because I've had my relationship since I was very, very young. And then I was sad because I'm like, I want my husband. I don't want to go anywhere. So, trash that idea.
Oh, trash? Just
well,
throw it out.
This was a long time ago.
No, I get you. I understand that. It's just like, forget that. That's kind of how I see it happening in my head.
Well, I didn't want to lose Fracture. I wanted Fracture.
Right. But this is where conversations happen. This is where, hey, I had this idea. But, then it all depends on the other person and how they feel for it, though. I get that. Go ahead.
Not to, paint everything rosy for brand new people. There are people who really have that conversation, and then that's the end of their relationship. So it is not all sunshine and roses.
Sadly, that's true.
Or they see a scene, or they do a scene with someone else, or they do a scene, they see scene with someone else, and they watch their partner do things that they're not normally see. I've had that experience too. I'm like, whoa. That's something that I'm like, why did you do that?
One of those, why did you never do that for me sort of thing.
Yes. So trust me, you're gonna see things, and you're gonna be like, wow. And one of the things that I'm still working on and learning is grace.
Grace?
Grace. You have to have a lot of grace for your partner, grace for yourself. The other thing is educate yourself with what you're going to embark on. A lot of things, people just jump in and don't know what they're about to do. It sounds fun, but you don't realize what it actually entails. I will say the one thing that I didn't realize a lot is in BDSM, in the community, it's a very intimate thing.
Yes.
No matter who you're scening with, who you're playing with, whoever everybody is a family. And that's something that is very difficult for me because I don't have a family. So I guess family for me is who I bring into my life.
Chosen family.
Yes, chosen family.
Yeah. Just because there are a lot of people that have actual family that, they love, obviously. Well, hopefully. Because I can't say obviously, because there are a lot of times that your birth family is not the greatest.
No.
But chosen family is usually pretty good because you chose them for a reason and they chose you back.
Yes.
And usually they continue to choose. You continue to choose each other.
Mm-hmm. I've had many experiences with people in the community where they have said, I want to know how you guys are doing, because they were more worried about us than what happened.
And I think that that's so unusual for us. We have tried to make friends in different groups and never belonged and been outsiders and definitely not had anyone asking how we're doing. So the welcome has been amazing. The people like genuinely caring, the lack of judgment has been amazing. Yeah, we've been welcomed well.
I'm glad to hear that for both of you. Hey, cunt.
Yeah.
You've been quiet over there.
I am. I'm a quiet person.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm a very quiet person.
Listeners, if you know cunt, can you verify this? Is cunt quiet?
I like to sit in my own little corner.
This is true. You do sit in your own corner. I don't know if you're quiet, though.
I am quiet.
Fracture?
She is quiet. She is reserved, but you have to bring her out. She's not comfortable with everybody.
Oh.
So once she's comfortable, then yes, she actually opens up.
Gotcha.
What do you want to ask me?
I'm just staring at you until you're like, why are you looking at me?
Why?
Because. Hi, cunt. We're friends.
We are.
We've been friends for, God, how long?
Since you moved here.
Ugh.
We went to the Kevin Smith thing
We did.
When you first showed up.
Oh, we did. Shit.
We did.
I had to think like, which Kevin Smith thing? They're like, yeah, we went down to L.A.
We did.
Yeah, I've still got my glass from that.
I broke my glass.
You broke your glass?
I broke my glass.
On who?
He shall not be named.
Oh. Gotcha. We won't bring that one up.
So this is an actual he who shall not be named, not that's the person's pet name.
Correct. This is an
Just wanted to clarify.
The closest we get to that is the number 2.
Yeah, because he's the shit. Literal shit.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
One of the things I will say, though, in the communities, people are in the community to be safe.
Right.
There's a lot of people in the community that are here because they have trauma. And one of the things I realized is they either have trauma, they have something neurodivergent. There's a lot of things that I realized. One of the things I will say is they're here because they want to feel safe. So not everybody, consent is such a big thing. That's something I'm still learning a lot, because not everybody wants to be hugged. Not everybody wants to seen. You don't walk into the BDSM world and say, oh, I want to go and spank everybody. No, you actually got to get to know your bottom, who you're playing with, because if not, the experience is not going to be good.
So I'm going to not correct you, but just add on a little bit. There are people that come into the saying like, I do want to spank everybody, but then they have to learn that they can't do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I want to spank it all. I want all the bottoms, all of them lined up in front of me. Like, no. Calm down. Wait just a moment. You say you want them all. Do they want you? Are you sure you want them all?
Yes.
Well, that's the thing about like submissive frenzy and dominant frenzy when you come into the community. You know.
Yes, I'm well aware of frenzy.
Like, it's just so crazy to see it. And the one thing that I do like about the community, because I've been here for so long, is that people have your back. If you've been crossed or something has happened, people will have your back and tell you you're doing fine, that you're doing what you're supposed to do. And that person who has crossed boundaries is going to get talking to.
It also goes the other way. If you are the one that has messed up, they will. Well, you generally not going to like, oh, no, you're fine. It's like, you fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
And here's how you fucked up.
Exactly.
It's not, the world isn't ending. Trust me, you're okay. You can come back from this, but you fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, fucked up, Ron?
Something that was a new concept for me, I think in the vanilla world, it's yes or no. So consent is just, oh yeah, they said yes. But something that's introduced in the BDSM community is that it needs to be enthusiastic yes. And
Correct.
I think that's such an important concept that was actually new to me. I was like, they said yes, it's fine. Mm-hmm. No, it's not fine. They said okay. They didn't say yes.
That's correct. Because just whatever, or yeah, go ahead. No, that's like somebody doing that under duress, like, okay. No, it's not like, yes, please do this thing to me. I want you to do this thing. Why aren't we doing this yet?
Yeah, and the level of potential problem that you're agreeing to necessitates it being an enthusiastic yes. Like, hey, I'm going to beat you and cause bruises for a couple days. That we need to be sure that you're actually okay with that.
Fun times. Oh, wait. Yeah. I am not a sadist. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think at one point, Purple used to ask me, does this hurt? And I would say, oh yeah, it hurts. Ow, 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 ow. And I think one day she says, you're faking the pain, aren't you?
Were you faking pain?
Yes.
Why would you fake the pain?
Because normal people feel pain.
What makes you think you're not normal?
There's a lot of things I think I'm normal. Well, see, I don't know. I think one of the things that I did for myself is I shamed myself for a lot of things. One of my traumas is my parents telling me I can be sexual and not. So it was okay to be sexual in your mind, but not in front of anybody or with anybody. So when I got married, I thought, oh, you're only allowed to have sex once a day? Once a week? When do you allowed to have sex?
Every 30 days.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Listeners, you are allowed to have sex more than once every 30 days.
And so I'm like, I want to have sex lots of times. I'll have it 4 or 5 times a day. I'm okay with that. But that's not, I shamed myself for it. Because I just thought that, I talked to my friends, I'm like, how many times do you have sex? Once. I plan it. You plan it?
Yeah, we have some friends who put it on the calendar and schedule it.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
disturbed.
once a year or
Every Wednesday?
I think it's...
I'm not lying. I went to my friend's house and they have a dry erase board. Wednesday, sex. I'm like, are you serious?
As I look back to the dry erase board here at the studio, like, there's not sex listed on there, but,
Yeah.
Anyway, so
If the walls could talk in here.
those poor people, once a week. Well, you know what? Here's my thing. If that is what makes them happy to have to schedule it out to that once a week, more power to them. But there's more that can be done.
Oh, yes. But, yeah, I've learned a lot about myself. Now I'm like, even as sex, even that, you have to learn to control that too. You're just like.
Are you saying you do eventually have to get out of bed to
Yes.
eat and clean the house
Yes.
and pay bills and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn bills.
Yeah. Or you go on FET and you see everything. You're like, I want that. I'll try that. But not everything is something you should try.
This is correct. You shouldn't try you have the option to try everything with consenting people.
Yes.
Do you want to try everything? Probably not. There are things are limits for a reason sometimes.
Yes.
And regardless of what other people may say, if there's a limit to you, it's a limit to you, and that's okay.
Yes. And safety is a big concern too.
Yes, safety should always be a concern. I mean,
Why are you nodding no, cunt?
nodding no?
What?
I plead the fifth.
Now I want to know.
I want to know too.
Cunt, you got to speak into the mic if you're going to plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
Oh, no.
This is not a court of law. Tell us.
Uh-huh.
So, when I first learned about BDSM, I was 18. And didn't negotiate, didn't know how to do any of that until I was like 21 when I joined the community. And learned that safety is a thing, and getting hit in the face with the butt buckle is not a safety thing.
Ow.
Yeah, I grew so much from the time I was 18 to now.
As most people should.
Right. And so, like, I make sure people who are, like, new to the community or trying to get their toes wet, I'm like, you got to learn to be safe about it, especially if you're using rope or toys or anything like that.
You have to you have to learn.
You have to learn.
You have to learn what's going on, what should be done, what shouldn't be done. Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid to ask other people about it.
Right. Anyways.
But it's true. When I started to use a belt, I think at first Purple wasn't sure about me using a belt on her. But the first thing I said was, I'm taking the buckle off.
Smart man.
I was going to say, like, when you say using a belt, I've seen people use belts in very unsafe ways sometimes. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, spanking with the belt?
Yes.
Okay. Because I've seen people try to choke with the belt. I'm like, no.
Oh, no.
Do not.
That's fun.
That's not safe.
As long as I can get 2 fingers underneath the belt, I'm good.
Listeners, we are not promoting unsafe practices on this podcast. Please, if you're going to be doing anything like that, what is it? Risk-aware consensual kink. Understand what's happening. Also, personal responsibility in consensual kink. You are responsible for researching things and knowing, do you want to try that?
And safe words and safe gestures.
Safe words, safe gestures. And if you don't feel safe, call Red. Leave.
Leave, yeah.
Well, you don't specifically have to leave, but stop the scene.
Yeah.
Have that conversation of, hey, I don't feel safe for whatever reason it is, and talk it out.
Yeah.
If you can come to an agreement, great. Kink on. If you can't, find somewhere else to kink on.
Yeah. I have a lot of trust in my partners, and we've had those conversations beforehand.
Right.
So it's being responsible in acknowledging what is happening and what's going on and what can go wrong. So.
Very well said. Very well said. Look at you, cunt. Being an amazing podcaster so far.
I thought you were going to call me an adult. I was like, I'm not.
Why would I ever call you that? At one point, in the time that I've known you, have you ever been one of those?
When I drove us to LA.
That doesn't make you an adult. That just makes you somebody with a driver's license. They give those out to people that are under the age of 18.
True.
That is true.
Yep. I fear for the road sometimes. Oh, God. My age, it hurts all of a sudden. Oh, what just happened there? My age.
You are the 3rd youngest person here right now.
I'm the oldest.
And the 2nd. So you're calling me old?
I'm calling myself old. You, young lady, are not old.
Then I must be ancient.
Aww.
You, young man, are just a whippersnapper in my eyes.
I'm just a baby.
Yes, you are.
Baby cunt. That sounds so wrong. So wrong.
Why did you just give her a new fat name?
Hey, I haven't changed my name in a year.
I know.
I should change it tonight.
I knew you were going to do that.
No, you changed it before.
You tried to change it, it was too long.
What was that voice in the background?
It was nobody. Go back to your...
It was God.
Oh, no, definitely not God. Yeah, some sort of thief in the night or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my fault that FetLife gives you an option to change your name every 28 days.
This is true. That is not your fault. That is John Baku's fault.
I just have impulse control issues.
I mean, many people do. So we got off on a bit of a tangent, but a really good one. Mm-hmm. And I was going to bring up another part to that whole polyamory conversation. Metamours. So, cunt, what is a metamour?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's your partner's girlfriend, wife, husband, girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. All that jazz.
All that jazz?
All that jazz.
Okay. So, in this instance, would you and I be metamours?
Not really.
Not really.
But I feel like we would be.
Why?
Because you're dating people.
Oh, yes. Hey, listeners. So for the uninitiated on this entire debacle that we have right now, we have Cunt, who is dating Fracture, and Fracture, who is married to Purple, and Purple, who is dating me. So, yeah. Lots of fun intertwining things right there.
Captain Debacle? That's the word you choose?
I choose incorrect words from time to time.
Because he wants to be God.
I mean, everybody wants to be God.
I don't want to be God.
No.
Debacle sounds negative.
You know what? You are correct. I apologize for my horrible phrasing in that. Thief, I hear you back there saying something, but I can't tell what you're saying. Uh-huh.
He pleads the fifth.
He pleads the fifth.
All of us agreed none of us wanted to be God.
Oh.
Except you. So there's some narcissism going on somewhere.
I've told people many times I am a horrible narcissist, and I'm okay with that.
But I feel like me and Awesome are metamours because we still have to like find times to do things.
This
so
is
like
true.
if you're not doing something with Purple, then I'm not doing anything
With Fracture.
with Fracture. And like we can hang out in toilet paper at the headquarters.
No. No toilet papering in the headquarters.
But like
No Fracture. No.
Don't be an enabler. You're supposed to tame the brat, not enable.
In a nice way.
Fracture.
Yes.
What's wrong?
Everything. I will say that Metamours, my experience with Captain so far, and Guntosaurus, is that they absolutely care about Purple and I's relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
They will absolutely...
Check in on both of you.
That's correct. Guntosaurus will tell me, okay, you're going home. You're going to be home with your wife. Because that's who I want to make sure that she's also taken care of. Captain has also said, hey, I'm checking in on both of you. They care. Absolutely care.
Hey, Cunt.
Tears.
Cunt. We're raising menace.
Yes.
Yes. High five. As we look to our respective people. Hi.
Hello there.
I like how you waved and expected people to see that.
I said some words. I included words.
But it's also like I can go to Awesome and be like, hey, I don't know what to do with Fracture and Purple. Like, I don't know where my place is. Do you happen to know if we're okay, if we're good?
I mean, you can do that, and usually I'll be like, as far as I'm aware, we're fine, but let's talk to them
Yeah.
and figure this out, because I personally am not a big fan of talking around people. I'd rather talk to people. You get it?
Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't like talking to people?
I don't like causing trouble. I don't like causing drama.
It's not trouble or drama if you have a legitimate concern.
True.
If you have a legitimate concern, then it's, hey, I need to know what's happening
Yeah.
here. Because if you don't figure out what's happening, then that just causes things to balloon out more and more.
Right.
And when that balloon pops, all of a sudden, then it's drama and much more
Yeah.
than it could have been just from a simple conversation.
Yeah. And I also like being able to like text Purple and be like, hey, thank you for letting me spend time with your husband. Like, I don't know why that excites me so much.
Real quick. Fracture, you're going to get upset with me for a moment. So, Fracture, I've heard tales that you don't listen sometimes.
No.
Why don't you listen?
Because communication is something that I'm still learning.
So now you have to have it from two separate people telling you the same thing.
Yes.
People that have not even talked to each other about this are both telling you the exact same thing.
Yes.
So what that means is
Listen.
Yes.
First time.
Listen the first time.
So
Go ahead.
Fracture's super manly man with a very, very thick head. So he's very stubborn. And he's giving me a look right now.
No, I'm giving her a look because I agree.
And he is like, man, do. And just does. And I'm like, wait, listen, talk, communicate.
Yeah.
Feel the consequences.
God.
I'm just like, no, we'll just do it this way. No, I see the soul failing.
Fracture, you're not failing. It's okay.
No, of course.
You're doing well so far. You got two amazing women.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I think that this kind of, in my mind, touches on a topic that new people are not necessarily aware of, especially new dominants. Being a dominant doesn't mean that you have to do it all on your own, lead everything. Being a leader, which is what being a dominant is in my mind, means that you talk and communicate and find out what everyone's needs are so that you can try to meet as many people's needs as possible. And sometimes that means that you're arranging things to meet your needs, and sometimes that means your needs wait till later to meet others' needs.
And from personal experience, that sometimes means delegating.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I can't do this thing, but I know that XYZ person that has the skill set or knows how to do this thing can definitely help you out. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to send you over to them because guess what? I can't do it right now. Even if I can do it, I can't do it in the moment, sort of thing. Yes.
And that's something that I had to learn myself because I always prided myself in giving Purple everything. And now I'm beginning to realize I don't think I can.
Everything's a lot. You know that, right?
Yes. Yes, actually. There's a lot of things. Go ahead.
Sorry. I think that also touches on filling your own cup, taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. Because if you're too other focused, you end up not being taken care of, and then you can't take care of any others.
Because you're all drained and all that?
Yes.
Exactly.
I think at one point I realized I was giving too much to everything and not taking care of myself. Matter of fact, I think you had said, what are you doing for yourself?
I have said that to you, yes.
And I'm like, nothing. I want to play video games. I gave it to my kids. I want to do that. I gave it to somebody else. Well, why? So then I think Purple bought me a video game console, and I play video games. That was the start.
As you should. What was she just saying? Fill your own cup.
Yeah.
Self-care is important.
Self-care is very important.
Yes, it is. And, it's something that you can't take care of somebody if you're not even taking care of yourself.
Right.
True.
And that's why when we had the conversations about making dates for each other, I'm like, hey, we need to slow down because you're driving up here almost every week. And it's like, no, you need to spend time at home. You need to be with your wife. Like, I'm, in the third, I'm not first, I'm not second, I'm third. Mm-hmm. And so we've had that conversation multiple times.
Yes, we have. Because, at the beginning, I was like, oh, you want to go here? You want to go there? Let's go. Well, let's figure this out somehow. And even she's like, no, too much. And I'm kind of curious. I'm like, even with her, Purple's very busy. And even then, she is very supportive. And so I'll tell you one thing I've learned a lot that even I still struggle with is is pride.
Pride?
Pride. Pride is something that you have to humble yourself and realize that you have to trust the other person that they're with. So that's something that I'm still dealing with.
It's okay. It's okay. If you don't trust me, I understand.
No, I trust you. It's just, again, I always prided myself in giving her everything she wanted. So I think at the beginning, I had told her, I said, you want to date somebody else? Yeah. And I'm like, well, this isn't a new person I can give you. I'm giving you to someone else. So that was definitely interesting for me.
Well, I'm glad you came to the realization that it's not just, hey, I'm giving you to someone else. It's, hey, somebody else is also being added into your life.
Yes, and she uses the word share.
Share is an important word.
Yes, it is. So I will say that I do feel like you are both part of my family. So I mean, it's definitely, you will text me in the morning. Hey, how you doing? So it's,
I'll check in with you.
Of course. And it's,
I'm sure she checks in far more than I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not an easy person.
That's okay. Neither am I. I am downright difficult sometimes.
No, yeah. So.
I think we all are at some point.
I'll tell you one thing, after being in this community, I don't see things the way I used to. And I actually have raised my own kids to be the person I'm not anymore. And now that I look at them, I realize how jacked up and screwed up the image in my own head was. So now I'm like, I don't know how to fix him. I can't fix him. I can just be, I guess, as you said, be the example of what I am, to show that it can work. Because there's so many people in this world, I think I've gone to people's houses and I have shamed myself. I'm like, oh no, I want to be with another person. And they're like, no, you can't. Or like so-and-so's dating somebody else or wants to cheat on somebody else. And I'm like, well, just have that discussion. You might want to. But
those crazy cheaters.
Yeah, but I'm like, at one point you kind of realize I have a good life. I'm allowed to have someone else in my life. So, that, as you said, show that it can work. Because people are going, oh, that won't work.
Shows them differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you say it can't work, but in my experience, it's working.
Yeah, I've had a friend literally tell me, whatever you think you're getting out of that, out of being poly, you're not going to get it. Literally. They've told me that.
Wow. That's right. Also, and this is none of my business, but I have to ask, is this person a cheater?
No.
Okay.
All of a sudden, they went from poly to being super
monogamous,
super religious, super monogamous.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Not the religion got them.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? I finally realized as we started, I said, everybody in church is holding a secret. In the community, everyone talks about their secrets.
Yeah.
We try to.
Well, it's hard because you're looking at everybody in the church are like, oh, you all say that you don't suck dick. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's why you're all here for Sunday for confession.
So, how many of you pastors have sucked it? No. Oh no, not priest. Yeah, I was like, wait, no, pastors are not Catholic.
Fathers. You're talking about fathers.
Fathers, yes.
That's where my daddy issue comes from.
Is that where your daddy issue comes from? Is church?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Church causes daddy issues. News at 11. No, I definitely don't want to get that out into the world. I don't feel like having the Vatican come down on this podcast. Actually, I do, because that means exposure. Wait. That means
no press is bad press.
There we go. No press is bad press.
Well, the Vatican does get on their knees, so
Yeah, this is true. They're like, You podcasts on the internet that nobody's really listening to, don't down talk us. We are the Catholic Church, and we are without sin.
As long as we don't talk about the Church of Disney.
The Church of Disney?
Or Disney.
Oh, no. The mouse owns us all. Huh?
Apparently it's too late now.
The mouse owns all of us. We already know that.
Yes.
Yeah, the mouse owns us. The mouse owns the church. The mouse owns... What doesn't the mouse own? And I look over to Cunt, the resident little at the table.
I don't know what they don't own.
I don't either.
Scientology.
Oh, Warner.
No, I'm pretty sure the mouse is in Scientology as well.
Okay.
Well, Warner Brothers, as Steve said.
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't outright own them.
Not yet.
Not yet.
What I will say about polyamory, though,
you're back to that.
Yeah, back to that. But I will say about that is educate yourself. It's not what you think sometimes.
Educate yourself, and then keep educating yourself, because what you know now may change in the future.
Yes. I think I'm not going to be the same person I will be in 6 months to a year, maybe.
I change on a daily basis. I don't even give myself 6 months at this point.
Yeah. So I think I'm changing even as we speak sometimes.
Yeah. Like for me, when I first joined the community, I was 100% monogamous. I didn't talk to anybody in the community for a good 2 years. And it was always a joke that, hey, cunts, you need to shut up because you're talking too much.
Wait, what?
Yes, it was a joke.
Okay.
It was a joke from one of the leaderships.
Gotcha. You mean as far as like when I would always hey, you're trying to ninja again?
Yes. I like to ninja. I like to do Irish goodbyes.
Yes, it was.
I come with a warning label.
The funny part is you'll be in the middle of a conversation with Cunt, and you will turn around for a second. You turn back and like, where'd she go?
Mm-hmm.
I love doing that. It's a lot of fun.
No.
And then I get called out for that.
Because I like, hey, bye, Cunt.
Yeah. You know how embarrassing that is?
Probably very much.
Yeah. Because...
You were trying to leave without being seen.
Exactly.
And I am a horrible person.
You are a horrible person.
And I'm okay with this.
Okay.
As long as I'm okay with my horrible horrible behavior.
And then, like, I didn't know that I was an age player until I was 25.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. Like, I learned so much about myself. And for being on a podcast now and talking about my lifestyle, it's very, very different.
I was going to say, like, for me, I didn't know that I had daddy tendencies until... So I was like, oh, yeah, you're definitely a daddy. I'm like, I'm a what? No.
You're not a daddy. You're a teddy bear.
Is that what I am?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Do I have a new thing that I need to add on to my repertoire now?
Yeah, you should have done the ceremony at Build-A-Bear today.
I did do it.
Oh, yeah, you did do it.
I did do the ceremony. You went over and specifically said, hey, they need to do the ceremony.
Uh-huh. And Purple's face turned red.
It was cute. I enjoyed it.
It was very cute.
Yeah.
I like the lady that we got today. She was awesome. I felt bad for Cat Lady because she didn't get to do the full ceremony like we did.
Aw.
So.
Also, for those you don't know, here in the local community, we have a lot of littles sometimes, and there are a couple of different groups for littles.
I'm a middle.
You're a middle?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm this many with 2 fingers put up.
That's, those are just middle fingers.
11.
No. No. Anyway. So, about you and your, what do you call scouts?
Little Scouts.
About your little scouts. Mm-hmm. You guys got badges yet?
Not yet. We're going to have our first meeting, our first official meeting in February.
Okay.
I have booklets that I had made pre-pandemic. So we're going to start that all over again. Seeing as there's more littles in the community now than there ever has been.
And different littles than
and
before.
Different littles, yes.
Because the thing with the community is It's always changing. More people are coming in. Sometimes people move away. Sometimes people find, well, like I was saying earlier, what they wanted, and they just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
And that's okay. If you got what you need and you're happy, go be happy, please.
It's okay to disappear.
Not ninja. It is not okay to ninja. You know how goodbyes work in this community. 3 hours later, you're finally leaving.
I was like leaving my Mexican family's house. Like, you have to go up and hug everybody and be like, bye, I love you. See you next time.
Yeah, you don't have to hug everybody in this community.
I don't, and that's one thing that I love about the community is boundaries.
Boundaries are very important.
Very important.
You're looking at me, Fracture. You got something to say?
No.
You're like,
No. So, yes, I used to think I didn't have boundaries because I didn't think I did. I had a lot of friends that set boundaries. Like, I had a friend that I had a couple friends that killed themselves because people felt that I can't talk to you today. And then they ended up not being able to talk to the person they wanted to. So the next day they weren't there. So I tried to make myself available to everybody because I didn't want to lose anybody. So I always told myself I don't have boundaries. So that's something that I'm actually learning is respect boundaries.
Boundaries are very important, and they're for everybody.
Yes.
Everyone.
And one of the things I'm beginning to learn, and I haven't told Purple this, but is you may want a hug from someone else, but not from somebody else.
Yeah.
And there are two different reasons why. So you have to respect why.
Yes.
That's why I like our rule.
Mm-hmm. So
it's okay. I'll just stop bugging you, man. I understand.
But
he wants a naked hug.
Ooh.
Hey, why are you rabble rousing?
So cunt, strip down and hug them then.
I meant these two. I mean,
I know what you meant, but you didn't say that.
I know.
Okay, Fracture wants a naked hug from Awesome.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
This is not my fault.
Wow, not. Huh.
Bratting much?
Wait till a luau.
Bratting much?
Just a little.
I like it.
Yeah, consent. I don't think Captain's on board.
I'm not. I didn't say anything.
This time.
I will say there's a lot of things that I had another dominant once tell me, if you think you know patience, being a dominant, you are going to lose your patience, and you need to have more patience and learn more patience and learn more patience. And that's something that I have to strive every day to do.
Patience is a very important skill to have.
Yes, it is. And I have to learn more and more.
Well, I'm glad that you're learning that, man. I really am.
Yes, and respect goes both ways.
Yes.
And I assure you that I came from a family where respect can be feared. There's a difference between respect and fear. I think I've seen enough where you've seen someone, you put the fear in their eyes and you think it's respect and it's not. And it's kind of a very sad thing.
Don't worry, Fracture. I don't fear you as a general rule. I know that you can kick my ass if you need to, but I don't fear you.
Yes, but that's a part of me that I don't ever want to show again. Ever.
I understand. Hey, Fracture. We've talked a lot about polyamory and metamours and a whole bunch of stuff that we keep going off into tangents on this podcast. But that's okay, because we like our tangents here. What I want to do, though, is I want to kind of bring us just a little bit back on track and talk about something. Our kink of the week.
What is that?
Oh, you didn't look and see?
Dun, dun, dun.
The kink of the week
Is
forced orgasms.
Oh.
You look so disappointed in this.
Fracture loves that one.
Oh, does he?
Oh, yes.
Do tell us more about forced orgasms.
Ooh, I love it when they don't ask permission
They don't ask permission?
to orgasm.
Ah. Fracture, have you been forcing Purple to orgasm?
Oh, yes.
Against her will?
Oh, yes.
Is it really against your will?
I mean, I might say no. I don't know if I mean no.
No, is that a safe word?
I didn't say anything about a safe word. She said,
I'm sore.
that's enough. That's enough. Stop.
One more.
One more, and then maybe two more, and 15 orgasms later.
I don't know about 15, but that sounds like a good number to try now.
So, listeners, for those that don't understand what forced orgasms are, they are exactly how it sounds. You keep forcing your partner to have orgasm after orgasm. From my experience, it is easier to do this to women, but it can be done to men as well if they have the ability to be multi-orgasmic. Hey, cunt.
Yeah.
Have you had a forced orgasm experience?
Yeah.
You don't sound happy about this.
It depends. Like, if it's like the start of it all, then like I'm good. But like when it's like an hour in,
An hour in?
yeah, it's like I've came too many times. I can't anymore.
And then they keep trying?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
So you could.
I could.
Well done. Fracture, round of applause. As cunt is just looking at me like, nope.
Nope.
So it might be a time to mention Fracture's previous vet name.
Oh, yes, we can do that. Fracture, would you like me to do it?
Go ahead.
No dead naming.
Listeners, if you heard Thief in the background there, I don't think that's what this is.
Oh, gosh.
It's okay. I'm just talking about the once and former Sir Pussy Eater 69.
So why did you come up with that name?
So, originally when we went to Wicked Wednesday, I didn't realize we had to have a FET account. So when I opened it up, my original name was Bald Dom. Mm-hmm. Bald head. And Purple says, I think let's be playful. I think you should find a name that you'd be good at. Something you do. So I'm like, okay. So I was at a random store, and I was sitting in the parking lot thinking, okay, let's think of a name.
Okay, so when you said you were at a random store, I'm thinking you were going to say, at this random store, I started eating pussy and something came to my mind.
I wish. But I'm sitting there thinking, what should I call myself? And so I came up with Sir Pussy Eater 69. So I didn't realize, after I changed it, I got a message from Captain going, hey, you joined the community. You might want to change your name back. It's kind of a cool name, but you might scare people off a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I said, oh, man, I better change it back. Yeah, 29 days later, it says no.
28 days.
28 days.
Yeah, you are not allowed to change that name for a full 28 days. But you know what? You leaned into it. You made it yours.
Yes, I had a lot of support from Purple going, live it.
So she was telling you to live it. Did you just consistently just like, well, if I'm going to live it, get over here?
Well, I found out my kink is pleasuring women.
You mean one of your kinks?
So it's one of my it's one of my kinks. I didn't know that could be a kink.
It can be.
It can be. So
Pleasure doms are a thing.
Yes, so that was definitely a kink. So I got a lot of people that will tell me now, Where's Sir Percy Eater 69? So it's been interesting.
I mean, I'm still in support. It's bold, but so are you.
Yes.
Be bold.
Yes. But the funniest part about it was when I had to do orientation.
Yes, nobody thinks about this until it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to tell people my name now.
Or yes, that was interesting when they said, "I'm sorry, you didn't say." You said what? Say it again.
Don't be scared to say your name.
You didn't say it loud enough.
Say it loud. Say it proud. I am Sir Pussy Eater 69. And yes, you can use that voice next time you say it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. How do we get to Sir Pussy Eater 69 from orgasm? Forced orgasms. Oh, were you eating it that much?
Well, I enjoy it.
No. I'm asking. Did you just keep being like, yeah, they've had 3 or 4. I can keep going.
No, I get a kick out of it.
I'm sure you got a few kicks from somebody. Don't get off me. Get off.
That has happened.
Yes, that has. But no, I get a kick out of it.
3 is not the final number. 3 is where you can't count anymore.
Yes.
3? That's it? No. More.
Oh, no, I didn't say only 3 happened. I said that's when I lose count.
That's where she
gotcha.
loses count.
As long as you're count, right?
I give up after 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
I'm good.
It's when it turns into a wave.
Gotcha. When it's that consistent, like, oh, I've just orgasm
Am I
into
coming
orgasm.
or going?
Yeah.
No, just orgasm into orgasm into orgasm.
And then
Yeah, you don't know if it's ending or starting again.
There you
It's
go.
kind of the same thing.
Well, I like to laugh at it.
Do you laugh as you're eating? Like, no.
No, as they're telling me no.
It's a sadistic laugh. That's what it is.
Well done, man. Listeners, you can't see, but Fracture and I are just high-fiving across the table here. You know what? I think this has been a good recording.
It has been.
All right. So with that, we will start with Purple. Purple, any final thoughts?
No.
No final thoughts? Okay. Cunt?
Always be a cunt.
That's your final thought? Always be a cunt?
Yes. Always be a cunt.
Always be a cunt. Fracture, any final thoughts from you?
No, just be safe.
Be safe. That's very important.
Communication is key to everything. And when you think you're not communicating, communicate some more.
When you think you're not communicating, keep communicating until it's over with.
Yes.
And then communicate some more.
Yes, communicate some more. And
right.
be safe.
Yes, be safe is very important as well.
And as Captain always says, don't break your toys.
Don't break your toys. If you break them, they won't come back.
They won't come back.
And then you can't get any new ones.
That's correct.
Because you broke your last one.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants somebody that's going to break their toys.
And consent is huge.
Consent is, yes, huge. Huge. Wait, I'm trying to not do the Trump thing.
Huge.
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 God. For me, final thoughts. Thank you all for agreeing to be on this podcast, even though I know some of you were very nervous to do so, aka all of you.
Purple.
I appreciate you all. Oh, I got a metamour and I got a girlfriend. It's amazing. Oh my God. And I just talk like this and suddenly I don't have either. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. And as always...
Wait! I've got final thoughts.
Yes, Thief? What are your final thoughts?
So, one, you can talk about
Get
horror
closer.
porn, but you forget the 1982 classic from Carpenter, The Thing.
What about The Thing?
That would be the greatest sex you've ever had in your life. There's tentacles, there's spider legs, there's animal parts, there's teeth, if you're into that kind of thing.
I guess you're right. You have whatever it is you actually want.
Absolutely. And also, forced orgasms are great until you're cleaning up shit off the bedspread.
Oh, God.
Mic drop.
And with that, we are out.